everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name's Kareth. I've got another dessert in a jar recipe for you today. This one is for hummingbird cake, and if you've never had it before, it's fantastic. It's really a banana cake with pineapple, and it's a Southern dessert. I think it was Southern Living Magazine published this recipe back in the early 70s. It's been a hit ever since. It's delicious. I think it originates from Jamaica. Actually, it's got that tropical flair to it, but it's a great banana cake. And my husband wanted me to make sure everyone knew that no hummingbirds were harmed in the filming of this recipe. I just thought that was so funny. I think the name comes from the Jamaican, their national bird or something like that. But okay, so it's really, there's no birds in the cake, I promise. It's banana cake with pineapple, and it's fantastic. I'll show you how I put it together. The idea here is we are creating a cake mix that you can keep on your pantry shelf, okay? So that's the appeal here, is this is almost the equivalent of having a boxed cake mix on your shelf. You know, it's just at the ready for when you need it. So what you want to do first is blend the fruit. So our freeze-dried fruit is fantastic. It's shelf-stable. It tastes great. It's picked at the peak of ripeness, so it's fantastic fruit. But in order to put it into this cake mix, we need to get it blended. So if you blend the pineapple, it'll be the equivalent of adding a can of crushed pineapple. If you blend the bananas, then it'll be like adding mashed bananas to your cake. So this is what we need to do first. So blend the fruit, put it in a little baggie, and then we'll add that to the top of the jar. And into the quart-sized jar, you're going to add first a cup of flour and then a cup of sugar. So these are just, regular cake mix ingredients, right? These things go into cakes. That's some instant milk powder. We're going to add some scrambled egg mix. And then the rest of these ingredients are just typical cake ingredients. We've got some butter powder going to go in there because of fantastic flavor. We've got baking powder, baking soda, salt, vanilla, and cinnamon. And that's it. That's all that's going to go into this hummingbird cake recipe. And then you can add the baggie of fruit to the top of the jar and seal it up. So, okay, that's the base cake recipe right there, that jar. The second jar, these are optional, but I highly recommend them, okay? I toasted my pecans before I put them in the bottom of the jar because they don't really toast in the oven when you bake the cake. Toast them first, and the difference in flavor is astounding. It's really way better if you toast them first. And then just some flaked coconut. You can use sweetened or unsweetened, it doesn't matter, just whatever you like there. Those are optional add-in ingredients, and I love them. So these are the jars that you could keep stored on your pantry shelf. And if you like this recipe, you could make several of these at a time. All right, whenever you're ready to make the cake, go ahead and preheat your oven because this comes together so quickly. You will probably have the cake assembled and ready before your oven has preheated. It's that fast. You'll need a couple of different bowls, a smaller bowl to refresh the fruit, and then a larger bowl for the batter. Go ahead and get your pineapple and bananas into the smaller bowl and add just half a cup of water. That's all you need. You'll give that a stir. And see, that's the consistency you're looking for, and it will be refreshing while we make the rest of the batter. Empty the contents of your jar into the large bowl. You might just give it a stir and mix up those ingredients. You're going to need to add 1 cup of water and half a cup of oil. I used coconut oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you prefer there. Stir that up and combine all of those ingredients. All right, now's the time to add those refreshed fruits to your batter. And then stir to combine that. And the bananas in here, they smell so good. That pineapple, it's so fresh. Our ingredients, our freeze-dried ingredients are perfect additions to cakes. All All right, then you can go ahead and add those pecans and the coconut if you are going to use it. Give that a stir. Make sure everything is nice and combined. If you're enjoying my content, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. And if you're interested in getting my meals in a jar recipes in cookbook form, I do have a cookbook out. If you want the print version, this one is available on Amazon, and I also have the ebook version available on my website, which is thefreezedriedfoodie.com. I will link both below. All right, back to the video. So there's the consistency of the cake batter. It's just like a regular old normal cake batter. And then I'm going to add this to a sheet pan. I think my sheet pan is kind of a funny shape or dimensions. I think they call it a jelly roll pan. But if you don't have that size sheet pan, that's fine. You could put this in a 9x13. You might have to cook it just a tad bit longer, but you can use a toothpick test and figure that out. And I put parchment paper on the bottom of mine, but you don't have to. You could just spray it. You'll need to bake that at 350 for somewhere around 20 minutes, depends on the size of your pan. And then when it comes out, it will look something like that. You can do a toothpick test on there and just make sure it comes out mostly clean. But this cake, y'all, is so moist and so delicious. Now you do need to let it cool completely before you frost it, just like any other cake. And I like to make a little cream cheese frosting out of cream cheese, powdered sugar, a little bit of butter. What I did was I just sliced my cake into 3 wedges, and I like a 3-layered cake. To me, it's perfect because you get the beauty of a layered cake, but it's still manageable. 3 thin layers to me is perfect. So I went ahead and sprinkled some extra pecans on the top of my frosting. Now I have made this cake multiple times, and the cake that I just showed you that I baked, I actually sent that with my husband for his coworkers. This cake that I photographed, I had made for my in-laws for our Easter lunch after church. So if you think that shape's a little bit different, it is. It's a different cake, but it's the same recipe. And I just think it's so beautiful. I assembled just a little slice just for me so I could show y'all. I didn't really want to cut into the cake that I was saving for Easter. So anyway, I assembled myself a little personal slice, and y'all, it's the perfect cake. You will not believe how moist, how delicious this thing is. The flavor of the banana is so wonderful. And that pineapple, the brightness from the pineapple, oh, it's amazing. I love it so much. This is a definite make. If you've not had hummingbird cake before, please make this recipe and then let me know what you think. All right, guys, I'll put the full recipe down in the description box below, as well as my shopping links in case you want to pick up any of the Thrive Life ingredients you see featured in my videos. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Please give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying my content, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. All right, guys, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And until next time, y'all, take care and keep thriving.